Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for April 24th, Saturday, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern. If you can understand that inside each of us, there's a tremendous celebration happening. It's like a massive, spontaneous love festival inside each of our being. Now, obviously, if we are drawn to the external world, external reality, you may not always recognize this great lover that you truly are. The mind can pull clouds over our eyes, blinding us from the great central sun that is always shining so brightly. And this love inside us is bigger than the mind, obviously. It is beyond thought, beyond words, and behind the light of pure consciousness itself. The more love that each of us have to give, the more love that we will feel is flowing within. So it is across the board for the entire civilization to give, and don't expect anything in particular in return. Share the love inside her heart as if there was no tomorrow. Be flamboyant, carefree, outrageous, and bear all of your love energy to the world. True liberation is allowing for an endless celebration. So toss your worries and fears right out of the window and just have just an absolute glorious heart-opening day. Because our heart is the love festival. It's ready to burst forth into everyone right now. All of the intent, and a lot of people aren't aware of this, but the people that come to these meditations, they're shifting each time because of the massive energy that we're all emanating. And this energy is globally and interstellar. So we have a massive amount of high frequency that is affecting everything on, in, above, and below this planet. All the people, all life, the highest supreme value universe, it's all being affected. It cannot not be affected. And we're not talking about low ebb frequency. We're talking about very high frequency of genuineness, of finally people discovering, some more than others, there's no race, that what they are, who they are within themselves. Because, it's time for us to realize that we are not the body. We are not the body. We are the God. And when we say we're the God, it comes through the heart-mind. It is an ego mind. It is the genuineness of the frequencies that we understand and feel that emanate from within these bodies. We are the universe. We are the God. We are the source, the God source. We, as a collective consciousness, make up the God. So imagine that. Imagine how vast that is. That we all are the God. Now, see, some people, unfortunately, are still in the grip of the three-dimensional, 3D frequencies. In those frequencies, people ask, well, what are those? What identifies third-dimensional frequency? Murder, death, kill, war, conflict, blowing up, total disrespect for any life at all, complete opposite of love, of peace. Everything that third dimensional frequency generates is conflict. Okay? Now, you'll understand that a lot of us, through our intentions, genuine intentions, we have no attachments or expectations. We give the love that we are freely across this planet. It doesn't matter, what, who, when, where, the types of, the type of energy or frequency that people emit that they aren't aware of. So you can understand that this intensity of higher frequencies is shifting the entire planet. It literally is shifting it. Now, Earth, Gaia, Arya, is right in sync with the ascension. And a lot of people get the ascension mixed up. And it's not a negative, it's just perspectives. But the fact is that the ascension means, since this population, this civilization, isn't across the board on the same page. Let's just put it that way. Some civilizations are all on the same page, so they all ascend together. And the only thing ascension means is that you move into a higher frequency of being. Your position, your attitude, how you feel, what you do is completely different than from where you came from, which is the lower frequencies while in these bodies. So we're the ones that decide to determine to increase our vibrational frequencies through love, peace, joy, tranquility. Now, a lot of people get this misunderstood, and they believe, well, then that's weak, and that's not strong and aggressive, and that's not a good thing because you become weak and subservient and so on and so forth. That's totally so far from the truth, it's unreal. We've been identified in this civilization to believe that, you've got to be aggressive, destructive, and violent in order to be strong. And that is just not true. Of course, they want the civilization to be into that caustic conflict with each other, hatred, anger, ego, mind. And it continues, and it's continued on this planet for a long time. But now it's lifted, it's shifting. And the people of planet Earth are going to start witnessing things that they could not ever possibly ever comprehend. And this is part of those of you who understand what this means, it's part of the transition of this planet in this solar system at this time, in this now. And it's totally different when you start to realize that you're in a higher frequency. So you look and view things much differently than you did when you were immersed in those lower frequencies. So you begin to understand that this whole construct, if you will, has been a massive learning for us in these bodies, an education, an understanding, a comprehension, so that we assimilate it and understand what it actually means. All of us have been, and I'm not negating all of the others on this planet in different ways that are assisting with this transition. So we collectively have decided through the collective consciousness, the God, that this will end, that the turmoil, the stress, the anxiety, the fear, the debauchery, the harm, all of the things that have been happening on a continual basis for a very long time on this planet are not only going to end, but they're going to be permanently lifted out and away from this planet and this civilization. And the civilization will start to understand that we must choose to take this more and more and higher frequencies, because we won't stop and take a break. We will continue to ascend. Ascension is something that is always in motion. You may not notice it. You may not even know that you're in ascension. Ascension means, quite frankly, that you learn, you become much more knowledgeable about who and what you are, and then you begin to understand the mastering of the cosmic life force energies. Once you start to understand that, the tip of the iceberg is that you know that you continually move yourself in higher and higher frequencies. And eventually, this civilization will get to a point where it will move beyond consciousness. And that's a whole nother part of the journey. But right now, we are liberating this planet and the civilization. We have assistance from other parts of the collective consciousness, those that are off-world. And understand something, that we are all one. The Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, all of us are one. We are different parts of each other. And that's why we're learning. That's why we will understand as time goes by, once the dark veil has been vanished and vaporized completely, things will start surfacing and being much more comprehended and much more embraced and understood. This whole transition has been literally going on for thousands of years, tens of thousands of years. It's just that at times when we as a collective engage things, we just weren't equipped or ready to engage them. This is why the dark field has perpetrated in lower frequency matter for so long. Every single time we move in higher frequency, a little bit more stress leaves us. And when you finally understand that moving and staying in the now, in the deepest of gratitude and love, your frequency always vibrates at a very high rate, at a very consistent, balanced energy. And you choose, no one else does. We all choose how we're going to do this, how we're going to, and this is for yourself. See, because when it's for yourself, it's for everyone else. If you believe that you're supposed to sacrifice yourself and your own happiness for others, then how are you going to assist others in higher frequencies? You're not, because you will then move into lower frequencies of fear, anxiety, and stress. So it is always about you. It is you understanding you figuring out where it is that you're at home. Where is it? It is the God. It's the soul within you. That's your home. Actually, the universe. Because everywhere you go, you're home. It's not outside of you. It's within. You come across people that you'll begin to, if you haven't already, you'll start coming across people that are stress-free beings that love life. And they love life so much that they are not, in other words, they love life so much that they cannot be stressed out about it. Think about that. Their mind doesn't get stuck on judgments of themselves and others, worrying about what others think of them. And it, it releases them the instant they arise. and they have no resistance to life's multidimensional barrage of experiences. And they hold no tension in their body's nervous system. And any stressful constrictions of blood vessels caused by adrenaline rushes, doubt, fear, or anger are instantly released. So they can't dive deeper into more experiences. They can dive deeper into more experiences of joy, love, and freedom. And they simply have their priorities straight. Have you come across them yet? Maybe you're starting to understand that might be you. Being stress-free isn't trying to avoid an early death because they are too consumed with loving life. Enjoying the illusion of it all and having a great time all the way to when it comes time to leave the body. They know that everything is always going to change, and they trust they are always guided in this constant changing flow of this life. And when they connect with other people, they know it may be their last moments together, and yet are relaxed because they understand that everyone is an infinite being who will never, ever cease. Because this wisdom circulates in their thoughts, emotions, and physical body. They are constantly tapped into a perpetual flow of bliss within themselves. Have you ever met anybody like that or close to it? They've learned one key technique, that stress is the number one signal from the body to stop whatever they are doing and let it all go. They know avoidance strategies don't work. And to ignore this signal and keep going will only cause future pain. They only want to transcend the mental prison of their ego's agenda. And even though they've practiced the art of letting go and releasing for years, they always consider themselves to be a student. They are always learning. They've truly come around to embracing their own innocence. They can see and feel that within the innermost core is this pure being. And they know this is the simple ecstasy everyone is seeking. And there are people like that among us, parts of us. People who embrace a stress-free way of life. They have a very playful energy. And the entire universe is definitely and truly their playground. They play with all kinds of people from all walks and worlds. They also welcome any experience they come in contact with. They know how to easily handle any negative thoughts that arise in the mind. They never take these negative things too seriously and choose instead a playful approach on the inner world as well as the outer. And a stress-free being resists nothing. They resist nothing. When negative feelings and a grumpy state enters the mind, they invite it in openly and experience the pattern it's holding fully. Everything that occurs in their mind, emotions, and body are welcomed as a guest that is here to visit for a short time. And they know the bigger picture of life, so they can welcome each thought and feeling and not get stuck in them. They see every negative thought as a small water rapid down the infinite river of life. And so they kick back and relish the ride over them. Someone who constantly lives in the stress-free zone is tapped into the truth of their being. They live each moment connected to the truth that they are an infinite being that knows no death. They know the body will come and go, yet who they are cannot be harmed or impacted by the outer world. And when you fully embrace this knowing, it is impossible for stress to exist in your world, for you realize that all outer world situations are temporary experiences that cannot touch the beauty and lightness of your being. You realize the truth, and you will be truly free. You are not this mind, nor this body. You are this radiant, eternal light that cannot be dimmed in any way, any shape or form. Your true self continues to shine brightly through all of the adventures of being a human being that the mind may label as stressful. And whatever may cause your mind to feel stressed out is simply the mind being overly attached to a certain limited thought or form. And when you realize the truth of who you are, the mind has to let go automatically. And you are free. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. And I'm sure that we all are. And the first thing that we care to do is relax our bodies. Head to toe, inside and out. Any stresses, anxieties, fears, flow with them. See, we're always trying to pull from them. Flow with them. Watch what happens. Embrace them. Watch the body relax. The stress is created by us constantly fighting over and over again with ourselves. As you relax the body, you'll know, because you are not the body. The body carries you, but you're not the body. You're not the heart mind. You're not the ego mind. You're not the subconscious mind. But you are the God. You are the God source within that body. So you picture that all of these, you can watch them as they as vapors leave the body, okay? And the stress is gone. And every time something causes anything to come in as stressful, you embrace it. Body stays in a relaxed state. It's a stress-free zone. And the reason that you tap into the stress-free zone, it's the truth of your being. The soul never gets stressed. It's always in a relaxed state. It's always in a blissful state because it is bliss. It is relaxed. You can picture the body leaning into the God that you are. That's the easy chair, right? So the body just kind of goes absolutely limp, totally relaxed, and all the stuff that we drag with us is let go. And when we're in this state, we move into the now. In the now. Simply being here in the now. And you begin to understand that you become so relaxed that your mind is actually laser focused, pointing towards mindfulness in the now. And anyone who is stress-free will tell you there is no better moment in your life than this one that is happening right now. And in this meditation, we are quieting the mind so that we can see all the experiences, negative and positive. Our paths for the soul is to discover this higher universal source. A quiet mind can hear their intuition clearly, so they can establish deeper connections with everyone in this world and manifest a much more peaceful experience of this life. A quiet mind is much easier to live with than a busy mind. So we're in the now, and we celebrate what is the now. Attachment to our past and future is what creates the greatest amount of stress in our lives. Attachment to our past and future is the culprit, and it is the greatest amount of stress in our lives. And since this very moment is the only thing that is real, then choose to be constantly celebrating what is happening now. And if you are experiencing a problem, celebrate it. Because that problem will soon be a blessing in disguise. This life is actually not about overcoming our problems and karma. It is a celebration of all the opposites until there is equanimity in the mind and complete balance of emotions, which leads us into total freedom of consciousness. How could the mind know light without shadow, or depth without shallowness? The mind exists in a state of perpetual ebb and flow of the tides. Celebration of this play is what makes us a master of our lives. Whatever it is that's happening in your life right now, there is some way you can celebrate it. There is always another door opening where one has closed. Now is that moment that is filled with life's amazing qualities. The now, this very moment. And just realizing this little secret will assist each and every one of us greatly in choosing to see the miraculous instead of the mundane wherever we are. And we go through our days in the now. And we pause regularly to remember this simple truth. We are all eternal beings who will never cease. We are souls in a body who will only change form. We will be reborn again if we want to or not. If we have enough awareness, we can choose to master this existence and then experience anything we want to. The infinite quality of our own being is obvious and is very real. It is just like the sun, always shining, always bright, and super warm. And yet, the sun is a grand understatement to describe the brilliance. The sun is a grand understatement to describe the brilliance of who we really are. And when we discover the truth, the true enormity inside ourselves, everything will change instantaneously, and the outer world will no longer impact you in a negative, fearful way. And the universe will welcome you to explore this limitless divine self everywhere you go on its playground. So you can step outside the body, totally relaxed. You can step outside of the heart mind, the ego mind, the subconscious mind, and watch. Watch your body in relaxation. Watch the ego mind. Watch the heart mind. See where you wish to be. Choose where you wish to be. Is it the heart mind? Is it a stress-free zone? Or is it the ego mind, a stress-filled zone? It's your choosing. It's your choice. No one else's. And to understand what that means will be when you've discovered who you are. We can see through in our bodies, we have these colored balls of light. They look like balls or wheels. They have many, the vibrancy of the colors, you don't see that here on this planet. They're etherical, which means they're not like knocking on a wooden door. They're vapor. They represent the body. They are they're the view scopes of our bodies and our emotions of the body. Not the emotions of you, the God that you are, but of the body. You are of the God, not of the body. So you begin to understand. So we have these tracers, these conduits, these energy vortexes in our body. And they go in a straight line from the tailbone, from the tip of your tailbone, all the way to the top of your head. And there's an energy that flows through them. And the energy is who you truly are. It's the God, force, love, light energy. And each one is like a flower. It's a different flower. And in a different geometrical shape in the center of them. So all of these, connected to all of our organs, different specifics, but we know, and in a stress-free zone, your survival will not be blocked by fear. Your pleasure will not be blocked by guilt. Your willpower will not be blocked by shame. Your love will not be blocked by grief. Your truth will not be blocked by lies. Your insight will not be blocked by illusion. And your cosmic energy will not be blocked by ego attachment. These are the functions of these 7 chakras. The chi, the ki, the prana is the God that you are running through them. Now, you stay in the now of your breath. Your breath is your focus to stay in the now. If you don't focus on your breath, you are not going to stay in the now. You will repeatedly leave the now, wander off into a future that doesn't exist or into a past that is dead. But you won't be in the now because the ego mind is your master when you are not in the now. You are not the master of the ego mind. That's something that we learn. So you stay in the now. Focus on the divine positive energy of your breath. Your breath is absolutely omnipotently powerful. We take it for granted. Some of us even don't breathe at times. And it focuses us, relaxes us, it energizes us, strengthens us, and it's very empowering. And every time you wander out of the now, which we all do repeatedly, we just consciously are aware and we focus on the now and the breath. And the breath will keep us in the now. And the now is a stress-free zone. You begin to understand that. And then you begin to like it more and more, because every time you're in the now, you're in a stress-free zone. You are not in the future. You are not in the past. You're only in the moment. We focus constantly on the now. We discover that the energies, our breath, our divine positive energy, our God force love light energy, we move them through these chakras, these energy wheels. And we bring them to the top of our head, and we hold it briefly. We are God. We are love. We are one. And when we do that, we compress it. We know this. We compress and condense it into omnipotently powerful liquid energy, and we release it over our pineal glands. Now understand, you're the orchestrator. You're not in the body. You're watching all of this as the God that you are. So you can look at the pineal gland however you see it. I see it as a green ball rosebud. And when I pour this liquid energy over it, immediately transforms into this massive rose, multicolored petals, an absolutely phenomenal fragrance, and it sends out shimmering waves, almost like they look like they're sparkling, and they saturate me. And I feel this just absolute deep peace, love, and gratitude. It's absolutely the purest of the purest of the purest, highest frequency. And I discover that the rose is me and I'm the rose. It is the God that I am experiencing in the now. And it allows us to connect to all the particles of existence, all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. And by doing this and staying in the now, in the stress-free zone, you have accepted the responsibility of being the master over your mind and ego. All of us would not be in this meditation if we weren't, to a certain extent, consciously aware that we are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. These bodies, when you know you're not the body, it's a whole different ballgame. The heart mind, the ego mind, the God source, pure consciousness, all of it, the higher self, the spirit, the soul, all one. You begin to understand that you, who you truly are, the God that you are heaven on earth. You understand that the body's earth, that you're in, and that you're the heaven. the God source. And that everywhere you walk, every step you take in that body, you're creating paradise. You cannot not. And you shine the light of the God that you are from within that body, 360 degrees, nonstop, 24/7, all around you. Not just a flood straight, but all around you. And it expands out. You're not losing energy, all right? You're shining the God light energy that you are. And it's penetrating, saturating everything on this planet. Head to toe, inside and out. All of those asleep, all of those awake, all of those kind of in between. Eternally. What do you think the light within them's doing? So, we are 8 billion gods shining our light outwards, creating paradise everywhere we go. So this planet glows with our God light energy, with the love that we truly are. And it can be seen from everywhere. And it affects everything. All life, the highest supreme value in the universe. We're all here to serve one another, to serve life, to celebrate life, to enjoy the life, not to live in a stressful, distraught, worried, fearful, and fight all of it all the time. When you embrace all of this, you have committed to the responsibility of being in the stress-free zone. You're not of the body. You are of the God. So we're all parts of each other. And we're all parts of the one God. And we are all of us as gods are divine perfection. We do not change. Our souls do not change. It's the only thing that doesn't change. So we reach out to other parts of ourselves that are somewhat consciously aware in the collective consciousness, in the pure consciousness. Not all of us are. Not all the parts of us are awake. We know that. So we reach out to all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, and beneath earth. Yet, only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light and complete liberation of this planet. And they come in the billions, and they're with us now consciously. It's a big deal to be consciously aware that we are all one. It's a wonderful discovery and one heck of an advance in the higher frequencies. We call upon all the light energy beings out there that are in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet. Now, they come in the Gugaplexes. One Gugaplex fills this entire universe with no sacred space to spare. And they come in trillions of Gugaplexes from trillions of universes from every direction. And they are with us now, consciously. We call upon all of the off-worlders, galactic, celestials, yet only those who are consciously aware they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light and the absolute, complete liberation of this planet. Now, we're only familiar with a smidgen of them, even though they're parts of us. We can feel them. We're connected to them as they are us. The Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the Feline, Zeta Reticuli, the Nords, the Greys, the Draco, the Reptilian, the Golden Pyramid, the Avian, and many, many, many more. Now, they've been assisting us in our evolution, enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And they, in uncountable numbers, are with us now consciously. We call upon all of our loved ones, all those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Yet only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. And they come in the billions, and they are with us now consciously. We call upon all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. And they're in the numbers of the trillions, in shapes, color, sizes, forms, configurations of which we've never seen. As a matter of fact, we only see 1% of what is. Yet only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, in forming the circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet. Now, the ones that we're somewhat familiar with, the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. And in the trillions, they are with us now, consciously. And we are all gathered, arm in arm, hand in hand, in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we are all one. And we are all God. And we are all love. And our God force love light energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We immediately form a massive circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. This light emanates from the gods that we are, the God force love light energy. And this light is so brilliant that it grays out the darkness of sacred space. It would take over 1,000 billion suns in this solar system alone to even come close to its radiance. This light is pure, deep, eternal love. It is what we are. And we're flooding every single thing on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, in this solar system, in this galaxy, in this universe, and beyond. Pure, deep, eternal love flooding all of our brothers and sisters in all life, the highest supreme value in the universe. Civilizations of this planet and this planet cannot not ascend. Many of us have already. Others to follow. We begin to ascend above the planet. As we do, we're met with this massive ocean of glitter. It is uncountable, tiny reflections of vibrant colored light reflecting back and forth in numbers that cannot be counted on and off world. There's so much, so many of us. We look in these mirrors, they have no end to them. And we understand that we are all students and teachers. We're always learning from each other. It's great. How could you ever feel that you're alone? We're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we are the power of healing. We are then met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is the column of light that reminds us all of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. We are then met with the white fire. This is a column of light that reminds each and every single one of us that from head to toe, inside and out, eternally, infinity, we are protected. No demons, no voodoo, no Wicca, no lower dark matter frequencies, survival matter frequencies. Nothing can harm us. Period. We are protected 24/7. Nothing can attach to us. Nothing can influence us, seduce us, period. But you, and only you have the power. That if you decide to lower your vibrational frequency low enough through hatred, anger, stress, fear, anxiety, envy, greed, you will create a breach in your white fire armor, enough so to allow all the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. Now, if you do decide to do this, you're immediately met with the purple transmuting flame. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutralite substance, sending them to pure consciousness where they are no more. We're then met with the violet ray. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame, and we can cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our high vibrational frequency of the highest high of deep eternal love, gratitude, and peace. We are then met with the golden white pink light. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we are the sun. We are the sunlight. We are the rain, the rainbows. We are the clouds, the sky. We are the sunsets and the sunrises. We are the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams. We are the animals, the trees, the forests, the soils. We are everything. So the next time you're in an awe, a gaze of a beautiful sunset, a beautiful sunrise, a beautiful night sky, it is you. You are the divine perfection. You are the God. And everything around you is the God. We continue to ascend above this planet. And some of us decide to step outside our physical forms, float effortlessly above them. And why? Because we can. Not all of us are carrying physical form, so to speak. We come into this view of this massive crystalline light tower. We created it. It's larger than the solar system. And in the center of it is this massive oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere is a golden, white, sparkling ball of light. It is surrounded by numerous rings of multicolored lights, and all of it is sending out waves, saturating all of us head to toe, inside and out. And we discover that the golden, white, sparkling ball of light is pure, deep, eternal love. And all the rings, it's endless. Just a few. Gratitude, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, well-being, benevolence, tranquility, abundance, prosperity, great wealth. And all of this is us, and we discover it in the now. At the top of this crystalline light tower is a golden ocean. We designed the top of it so it can come cascading down 360 degrees, flooding all of us, saturating all of us with pure, deep, eternal love, as it is doing right now. Civilizations of this planet and this planet cannot not ascend. Cannot not be liberated. We are drops of this golden ocean. We also hold the essence of this golden ocean. Golden ocean is the drops of the golden ocean. And you know the only illusion is separation. We see our meditative sphere at set center circle. We all created this sphere over 3 years ago. It holds well over 1,300 of our meditations in perpetual motion. Know what that is through your heart minds. hundreds of millions of us on and off world, all with the highest intent. Over 1,300 meditations in perpetual motion, all flooding and saturating all of us 24/7, nonstop, lifting the vibrational frequencies. All you can choose to do is step into the stream of it. Feel it. Because it is you. It is the God that you are within that body. All of us. On and off world. And as you learn this, or choose to, or not choose to, but those who learn it, about who and what they are, everything changes instantaneously. You celebrate this life every single day, this body that you're in. You feel it. You experience it. And any stresses, any situations that come your way, you embrace them. You have a sit down with them. You talk with them. And guess what? They leave. It's for us to choose where we decide to be. Do we decide to be in the stress-free zone of the now, or the opposite? The future, the past, the stress, the anxiety, the fear, the worry. What do you choose? I'll join you in the meditation and return to close us out. Take an easy breath in through your nose and an easy breath out through the mouth. Move easily and slowly. Practice being in the stress-free zone. Stay in the now. There is no future which is created in the now, and there is no past. That is dead. The now is the stress-free zone. And the more stress-free you are, the less suffering you will experience. Take this with you for the rest of your day, evening and night, the following morning. We will return here Sunday, April 25th, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call.